Truly, why does every influencer come out as a pedophile? I'm truly over it. This is sick. This is sick behavior. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing a commentary video. This is the kind of content I want to make, okay? This and vlogs and things like that. So I'm super excited to get in today's video. This lighting makes it so you can see all my wrinkles. That's fun. I wanted to do kind of an ominous effect because this is truly the darkest situation on TikTok. One of the darkest situations on TikTok. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the star of TikTok, Zoe Laverne.
I'm literally crying about this for like an hour because it's just so like pathetic that like she just comes in and like almost passes, like she's so close to passing me and everybody's reminding me that she's gonna pass me, and I just want to prove this bitch that I am better than her because I am Zoe fucking Laverne and I am literally the star of TikTok, and TikTok is putting me down and boosting her up, and I'm about to go to TikTok headquarters and strangle their necks.
Yeah, remember that video? Remember that girl? The girl that was upset that Charli D'Amelio was passing her in followers? Well, if you didn't know, or you probably do, it turns out she's a groomer, which we all should have known, but apparently we didn't. I don't know how, but if you think that video is bad, wait until we get into the rest of everything. So first, we have to start off with who Zoe Laverne is. Zoe Laverne is a 23-year-old TikToker who first got popular during Musical.ly back in like 2018, I believe. She has literally been able to gain 21.7 million followers on TikTok. How? I don't know. How she kind of started to get big was through her relationship with another popular TikToker called Cody Orlo, as well as the TikTok dances that were in like 2020, 2019, I guess, too. Now, obviously, if you know who Zoe Laverne is, maybe you don't, but if you do, you know what we're going to be talking about. And if you read the title, you also know what we're going to be talking about. I saw all of this in real time. I believe I was 14 when this all came out. I remember being in all the live streams. She was lying her bum off. So it's just so crazy to finally see the victim come out, but we're not quite there yet. Before we talk about all of that, I really want to get into some honorable mentions. I'm not going to show proof for everything I'm going to talk about because you can do your own research. It is all backed up by facts. Let's start with some minor things.
Certified
You know what I mean?
pedophile.
She vapes in front of her fans. This would be on FaceTime, which is just weird. She got other minors to vape, including her victim. She blew smoke in his mouth. Weird. She wanted to choke her boyfriend because he got verified before her, I believe.
I was looking at him and I look over at him and I had every fucking bone in my body telling me to strangle him until he can't fucking breathe. It felt like I had a demon in my head telling me to kill him, and all I kept doing was I just kept trying not to look at him because all I wanted to do was take my fucking hands and just push on his fucking throat until he couldn't breathe anymore. And it literally felt like a demon was possessing my body to make me think like that because I've never felt like that in my entire life.
Yeah, we should have put her on a watch list back then, not right now. She stole her now husband from her cousin, who wasn't really her cousin, turns out, who was 14 at the time, and her husband was 18 at the time.
I don't care if you guys call me a homewrecker for taking Dawson from Ambry. He's my husband. I had his baby. I carried his baby for 9 months. When him and Ambry were together, they were barely even together. Also, it's been 4 years. Like, you guys are so on my past more than I even am. Like, honey, I sold the whole building. Like, you're still in the building. Get out of it. It's the past.
So interesting. We love things that add up. She accused her ex-boyfriend, Cody Orlo, of abuse, which then she literally admitted to multiple people. She exaggerated, which ended up kind of ruining his career and also discredited a lot of things he said. Not in my eyes. I believed every word that came out of Cody's mouth. The internet just deemed him not credible because they thought he was an abuser. He did come out to say that he did slap her after finding out she cheated. Zoe Laverne also admitted to that, but I don't feel bad for her. I definitely don't condone hitting anyone, but I don't have sympathy in this situation, sorry. And I don't think that should have ever discredited what Cody was saying. He was showing us proof, and no one was listening.
So Zoe sends a picture to Connor, okay, right here. It says, I have you, baby, you're right here. This is while me and Zoe are still dating, by the way, keep that in mind. He responds saying, I love you so much, I can't wait to see you again. You know, pretty normal. I love you so much more, I can't. And she's like, can't wait to hug you again. Keep in mind, I've seen text messages of them sending like heart eyes back to each other. And it's not like, I don't know if they're flirting, I just think it's weird. But she's lying to y'all, like she's saying that she hasn't done that, when she has. She also said, you're literally my world, I adore you so much, Connor. And he said, no, you're my world, baby, I adore you so much more. Which is still a little bit weird talking to a 13-year-old like that. It could be retrieved as flirting. Everyone can follow India, I'm not saying it is.
So crazy. This is probably the biggest honorable mention I have, but she pretended to be a stalker named CJ. She would harass her friends and fans, which is just so crazy. She would send like her friends' nudes to people. She would send like pictures that nobody else had except her. Would tell her minor fans to kill themselves or harm themselves in any way. Sick. Truly sick. I'll insert some of that footage here. So already some sick behavior, already some things we should have questioned. The thing is, people were questioning, obviously. There were people on the internet that were like, what's happening? So she would get canceled every week. But as we know, cancellations don't really come out of anything. No real consequences, just a massive hate train. And that's kind of what it was. Except for Zoe, I don't think it was ever like a massive hate train. People didn't talk about the things she did. People were still friends with her. She still had a thriving career, and that's what a cancellation does. It's fake, it's not real, it's not truly holding people accountable, it's just kind of bullying. But if canceling did work, that's who should have been canceled. I don't know how. She wasn't canceled before it got to the point we're about to talk about. But let's just get right into that point. There's no time in beating around the bush, right? Zoe Laverne groomed a 13-year-old boy when she was 19 years old. And it's true. I've been on pretty much the right side of TikTok where people are supporting him, defending him, but unfortunately I have seen a lot of the he's lucky card, and I want to make it very clear. It doesn't matter, even if he did enjoy it. It wouldn't even matter, because first of all, a 13-year-old can't consent, but even if you don't care about that, he explained that it truly ruined his life, and I definitely recommend you guys go watch his video, which we'll talk about, but he talks about truly not being able to fit in anywhere in high school and only being able to enjoy his last year of high school because of internet bullying, but also in real life bullying. Police didn't believe this boy, and you want to sit here and say he's lucky? Again, wouldn't even matter if he liked it. It wouldn't matter no matter what, but even if that's not a good argument, it's still fucked up his life. This boy is now known as Zoe Laverne's victim, and I don't think people truly grasp that. I don't think so. But let's start from the beginning of this entire situation. So Zoe and Connor, the victim in this situation, would post a lot of TikToks together. But it all started because he was a fan. He was a fan, and he would go to meet and greets to meet Zoe, but also like massive creator things. So it was to meet everyone. It was not just to meet Zoe, to which they obviously got in contact. She would talk with her fans often, and he was just one of the favorites. Other fans that used to talk to Zoe would say that they felt that Connor got special attention, that they thought they were Zoe's favorite, but not anymore, I guess. You have to keep in mind, these were all kids from ages like 11 to 13. Like, that's crazy. How is a grown woman, a 19-year-old, allowed to be friends with literal children? Anyways, they started to post more and more together, and people started to make rumors. They would say that they were dating, or they were in a relationship, they were boyfriend and girlfriend, or they were just going on dates, or maybe they just had feelings for each other. Just a lot of rumors, to which Zoe finally addressed.
Do anything with a 13-year-old minor. My fucking career is set on minors. I have little kids that look up to me on a daily basis. Yes, maybe in my past, I've done things that is not very mature to do in front of minors and, vaped whatever in front of them. If that was the case, that was the case, etc. But the fact of people saying that one of my best friends that was a supporter of me for 3 years is
unacceptable, disgusting, makes me sick to my stomach, literally makes me want to throw up. I can't even ever imagine doing something like that, considering I know what's right and wrong. I've grown up. I've matured. I know what's right and wrong. Yes, maybe I make some mistakes sometimes. Maybe I do some things on social media that's not very appropriate, but I wouldn't do something like that.
The way that she is seriously just lying, because this was before the video of her kissing Connor came out. This was her literally lying to our face, master manipulating. That's why I don't know why anyone believed a single word that came out of her mouth after the leak. How did we allow this to happen? Zoe Laverne trusted way too many people. She told everyone about her relationship with Connor. Obviously, we haven't taken into account that a lot of the people she told were minors. There were adults in this situation who knew. We're gonna talk about that very quickly. There were adults who knew and did not help. The first one is Nadia, I believe is how you say her name. She was Zoe's friend for a long time. She's in a lot of her old TikToks from even like 2018. So she was kind of the only friend you really saw Zoe with after the leak. She supported Zoe. Weird. I just don't think she cared. I don't think she was manipulated like she's claiming. Oh, here, I'll show you right now. She's claiming that she was manipulated and, oh, Zoe's a bad friend, but yet you stayed friends with her after you saw her kiss a minor. I know you knew. Oh, I just know you knew that more was going on. Don't lie to me. How could you not know there was more going on after she showed you this TikTok? Put it on and make him wanna marry me. Yeah, put it on and make him wanna marry me. Yeah, put him on and make him wanna marry me. Yeah, put it on and put it on and put it on and put it on. Fucking weird. You're weird. The other adult that knew about, I know for sure knew about everything in this situation, was Amber, who is also a longtime friend of Zoe's again. In her 2018, 2019 TikToks, she knew everything. She talked about it with multiple people. Fucking weird. This was in 2022, and I just think it shows what kind of person Amber is. And on top of that, she also dated a minor as well. A lot of people claim it's Connor's brother, but I haven't been able to do enough research into that. Here's the proof for that.
Mason. I forgot to put a little section for the screenshots, but basically, she would text with Connor. It felt like almost watching a toxic relationship, except it's between a 13 and 19-year-old, as well as her telling people that he is her boyfriend. She wrote a notes app, basically venting her feelings about being a PDF file. She was sending people videos of her kissing a minor. It's just crazy. Crazy. Besides all of the screenshot proof, you can find more of if you look up a re-upload of Connor's TikTok, because unfortunately part 2 was taken down. She made a lot of TikToks about Connor. Like I said, she trusted people. She would send these TikToks, show these TikToks, like how we just saw showed in FaceTime, which is so wild. You'd think you would not do that. You think you wouldn't date a 13-year-old in the first place, but if you're going to, like, you wouldn't make TikToks and literally show everyone. Oh, no more copyright music. Oh, bitch, I'm up. The fuck?
Unfortunately, there will be no after.
Like, why do you care? Why are you so obsessed with a 13-year-old that you care if he has a girlfriend? Scary. And then, of course, came the leak, which was the videos of her kissing Connor. There were also videos of her twerking on him. Just, ew. Hands would be thrown if I ever saw her. But because of those videos that came out, people unfortunately always said that he was the one that kissed her. Well, you know what? I'm 19 years old. Zoe was 19, he was 13. I personally wouldn't even date a 17-year-old. Let alone a 13-year-old. People can only feel so fucking bad for you. She likes to say she was in a dark place and shit like that. But But that's all that really came out, was the kissing videos. People just said that they just kissed and blah blah blah. The aftermath of it was she made a big live stream, which I literally remember being in that live stream. Like, I was in the live stream listening to her lie to my face, and now like we know everything that happened, so it's just so crazy. Anyways, here's some clips from that live.
We both liked each other, and then we realized that the ages were too different. Nothing happened between us besides kissing. I'm saying that now, like, I'm really sick of people thinking that we did other stuff besides kiss. It stopped months ago. It hasn't been a thing for a while now. Connor and I don't have communication right now due to our parents both agreeing to cut our contact and give us both time to heal. We're both just kind of hurting. We're trying to like laugh off the situation because we both realized back then that it was just like not right. It happens. You make mistakes and you learn. I know that I'm not the only person that has been put in this position before and has made the same mistakes and choices as me.
I think it just shows she's a groomer by the way that she tried to manipulate her fans in this situation. It was just like a manipulation tactic to get her fans to not run away from her. What are you doing? Nobody gives a fuck about you, bitch. And then she did another live with Miss Nadia talking about it, which just again proves that Nadia is also a bitch.
Understand that. Like, why am I not in jail? Because I didn't do anything to be in jail. I kissed a minor. Yeah, that's bad. We got that. We got that under control. That's fucked. But nothing else, y'all.
Zoe, kissing a 13-year-old boy isn't just something people should have to get past. If anything, you should have to prove and take months, if not years, to prove you've changed. But you're not doing that. You've given it a week and been like, hey guys, please leave my past in the past. Girl, shut the fuck. The reason why I hate Zoe Laverne so much and think she hasn't changed, and also I don't think she can change. I wouldn't care if she changed, but I don't think she cared ever. From the time that she started dating the minor to now, literally just not cared what she's done to someone. She also made another TikTok, which was right after that big live where she talked about it, which was a very disturbing TikTok, and I think it woke up a lot of people in 2020 at the time that it happened. Yay, more copyright music! Oh, she dated Jake. She dated Jake. Hold on. Can we change the beat? This ain't a race. Tony Lopez caught a case. It's just so crazy to me that you can get on a live apologizing and taking accountability, and then right after that live post that TikTok. I literally remember getting out of the live and seeing that TikTok and just having my mind blown. In her big live stream, as we were just talking about, you can also see her wearing her bond bracelet, which if you don't know what that is, you can I think you tap it twice and then it'll send alert to the other person wearing the bond bracelet, and guess who she had one with? Connor.
You enjoy editing the new person that you're looking up to, and I'm sorry that I can't be that person anymore to you.
It's so sickening. Like, you're apologizing and taking accountability while wearing a touch bond bracelet with your victim. I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm actually really am leaving. I hate you. Oh, that's at the door. I think another little bit of evidence that we got that Zoe Laverne's mom was an enabler because of this live.
Anybody can reach over and kiss somebody. They're best friends, and this needs to stop, you guys. Why are you doing this?
I understand that it was probably hard for her to see her daughter get that amount of hate. But first of all, don't come on the internet and talk about it. Second, don't defend your child. Instead, actually have a sit down with your fucking kid and get to know what's going on in their head. There was also, I think this was a FaceTime or a live stream, she was talking about this person that got exposed that she's still friends with. Here you go.
I understand that he's being racist. I get that, and that's fucked up, and I've talked to him about that. But I can't just cut somebody off that hasn't done anything to me because I don't know what he has on me. And that scares me. That's what I'm thinking about. Because I don't want to cut anybody off because I'm scared that everybody's just going to fucking expose me again. That's why I haven't cut him off.
What are you scared of, Zoe? What were you so scared of? Because I think we know now what you were so scared of. Parents need to watch out for who they're allowing their kids to watch and support, especially with fan pages and stuff like that. She had another live where she said, "No, I did not groom Connor."
Did you actually groom Connor? No. Please look up what grooming is, and please stop coming to my live calling me that. Guys, like, genuinely, like, do not know your facts. Like, you think you do because you, like, listen to YouTube videos and all these accounts, but, like, you don't even know what actually happened. No one groomed anyone. Connor even told you guys that that didn't happen, yet you still use that because I'm Zoe. But if it was anyone else, it'd be a different story. We saw it. No, you didn't. You saw us kiss.
Again, that's just simply not taking accountability. She says to look it up, but yeah, I looked it up, and it is manipulating someone to get them to do something you want, is essentially the meaning. You manipulated a fan into sexual encounters. What? How is that not grooming? Let me know. I really want to know. Like, genuinely, if you can explain it to me, Zoe, I'll get past it. I really will. Some TikTokers like to poke fun at Zoe, and when the song by Kendrick Lamar came out, Trying to Strike a Chord, and it's probably a minor, people were poking a lot of fun at her with that song, so she kind of came out and made like a Snapchat video, I think it was, and here that is.
Here's what it all comes down to, okay? I have a whole family. I am a mom, okay? I am a wife. Like, my past is not me. I am not my fucking past. I do not live in the past anymore, and all of you live in my past, and it is so frustrating. Do you know how hard it is to want to do better and grow and change and be a better person, and then people just bring your past just back and back and back in your life? You know how that feels? Sure, plenty of you do know how that feels. So I don't understand why it's always gotta be me. I don't bother anybody. I don't bother a soul. I am literally silent. Like, I'm literally silent about everything. When I could literally just open my mouth and say so much, but no, I'm silent and I mind my own business and I do my own thing. Why can't any of you do that? We're in our 20s, right? Isn't it time to grow up? Like, life is not all about drama all the time. I want peace, and I'm gonna keep my peace, no matter what any of you say or do to me.
The thing is, it doesn't matter. I don't care that you're a mom. I think it's scary that you're a mom. I think it's scary that your pedophile husband is also a dad. So that doesn't help your case. Secondly, it doesn't matter if you are a wife, if you believe in Jesus now, it doesn't matter. You literally traumatized someone. Do you grasp that concept ever? Do you ever sit there and genuinely feel ashamed of your actions? It doesn't sound like that. You just say, I've changed. What did you do to change? You reach out to this victim, or maybe his family, and say, is there anything I can do? Including turn myself in. That's how you take accountability. She has literally never talked about Connor's feelings, except for in the live where she says, we, over and over and over again. Talk about how you're sorry for what you did to someone else, what you're gonna put someone else through with your big ass platform that bullied the fuck out of him at 13 years old. I wanted to talk on Connor for just a minute. I think he's so brave, and I think back in 2020 he came out and he said nothing happened, that this is so blown out of proportion, and he lied for Zoe. He lied for someone he cared about. And I think it takes a lot to grow into the person that can sit there and say, I lied and here's my story. Connor's doing a great job. You guys should check out his video. I'm gonna link it in the description. Support him, comment, like it, repost it. Part 2 is taken down, but you can find a re-upload if you want to see all the proof. His voice, it just needs to be heard. It's never been heard. If you're wondering what Zoe Laverne has done in the time of her being exposed by Connor and by various other old fan pages of hers, she's done nothing. She's made a couple TikToks about family and some sponsored ones, but not a lot, and has not talked on the situation. It's so interesting how we've seen that she is so quick to comment on everything. When someone's talking shit on her or making rumors, when she can make it the narrative she wants to make it, she will respond. When there is hardcore solid evidence of having sex with a minor, she's quiet. I think it's great to see, and I think we should see more of it, but I also think we should see her getting her platform taken for the rest of her life, so then she cannot continue talking to minors, which again, if you want to look up the proof, she still does and has been doing since she's been caught. She has been allowed to continue to talk to minors. Also, you can look all these videos up. I'm gonna tag a TikTok page that has all proof and evidence. She literally told her fans that when she went to the mental hospital, they told her she had the mind of a 14-year-old, and she asked if she could be put in the children's ward because she just is better with kids. Oh, girl, you have problems. If you go to the mental hospital and they tell you have the brain of a 14-year-old, maybe hanging out with 14-year-olds wouldn't be healthy? I don't know. I love that she's into the Lord now, okay? I am not a Christian hater, okay? I'm really not. I'm not Christian myself, I'm not religious, but I think everyone should be able to do whatever they want. However, whenever an influencer does something and then comes back all religiously, I know they're guilty. I also want to make it known that Connor will be making a YouTube video, so go follow him on TikTok so then you can see when that comes out, because his part 2 got taken down, so he wanted to be able to provide all the proof, which I think is so empowering. Victims don't often have proofs. It truly is just so great that he is able to get his voice out there with proof. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed like my little deep dive. I love watching deep dives, but I hate when they're like an hour and 30 minutes, but I also hate when they're like 10 minutes. Like I want to still get into everything without too much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely want to do more commentary videos. My ending thoughts though on this entire situation is just that I hope Connor gets justice in some way. I do hope there's legal action taken. It's very unlikely, but you never know. I think Connor's doing great, and I think he's gonna thrive. I think after being able to use his voice, he's going to feel better. Hopefully, that's what I hope for. And for Zoe and her pedophile husband, I truly hope that if these people are gonna be out in society, they have changed. I guess I can say that. But I think it's sick that they are still allowed to talk to minors. It's just gross. It's weird. I'm tired of women being allowed to get away with things because they're women, and little boys having to be silent because they're lucky. I love you all so much. I hope that this video you can look deep into it and have some sympathy and some empathy and some more insight into this stuff, and just that it is serious. If we're gonna allow children to be on TikTok, there should not be predators on TikTok. Obviously there's gonna be predators in anything, but this kind of thing, we're aware of it. We need to end it now. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry it's kind of a sad exit, but don't think of it as a sad thing. There's a victim able to use his voice, and I think that's beautiful. I hope you all have a wonderful night, day. Please make sure to like and subscribe. All are the best. Thank you for watching. And again, if there's a video you want to see, just let me know. Bye! Once upon a time I used to play with toys, but now I'd rather play around with teenage boys. Way too literal.